Hello YouTube, welcome to ProTip channel. My name is Mohsin Hashi. I'm a professional tax preparer and also a small business owner. I live and work in Minneapolis for the Department of Human Health Services full-time. Now I don't know about you, but I'm very excited about this quarantine lockdown. It gave me chances to step away my other responsibilities so I can focus on creating my first YouTube channel, and also gave me more time to practice my lovely guitar here sitting next by me. You know, I had this guitar for a very long time, and I never really bothered playing it. This is the first time that I'm practicing it. Before, it was sitting at home alone, and I gotta tell you this: anybody that plays this type of guitar, I gotta give you guys props for this, because this is one of the hardest challenges that I ever took. Don't get me wrong. In the past, I've taken a much wilder, crazier challenges, but this is one of the tasks that you really find it hard to just kind of coordinate together. You know, you have to memorize all the instrument. You have to coordinate with your hands together, and you know, I'm a firm believer that anything that you put in your time, you will overcome eventually. So if you practice it, and put some effort to it, you know, and dedication, and most importantly, don't lose your hope, you'll overcome eventually. And so this is not just an instrument, but in anything in life as well. You know, my skills are not there yet, so don't put me on the test right now. But hopefully one day when I get better at it, I'll come in this platform and show you a little bit of some of my skills. I'm not making no promises right now, but that's what I want to do, and that's the plan right now. And yeah, this is a new challenge right now that I just took, and as they continue even after quarantine lockdown, I plan to just practice it now that I have this accessible to it. I'm not trying to be like a superstar or whatever, rock star, you called it. I'm just trying to do something in my free time as a hobby. Let me know also what you're doing in this quarantine lockdown, and share with me as well. Now, I'll be using my YouTube channel platform to share some of my knowledge and experiences in the field of tax law, financial tips, health and wellnesses, and other personal developments. Since I'm already in this field and I practice some of it, I figured that I can share with you guys some of the general information, so that way instead of you hiring somebody like CPA, lawyers, or other personal trainers, maybe you come to this content YouTube and just have some of this information. Maybe you can find it very useful, maybe not, but at least have a general understanding, or maybe you can just pass it on to somebody else that might need information. Number one, tax law. What are the different ways you can file your taxes, whether you're the self-employee or regular employee? What is itemized deduction? What is standard deductions? What is earned income credit? What is education credit? What is child tax credit? What is tax bracket? How can you afford paying high taxes legally? I'll be going over more detail in the upcoming videos. 2, for financial tips. For example, credit cards. What is credit score? If you have a low credit scores because you have previously damaged it, or you never had one previously, how can you boost your credit scores? What is credit report? Where can you find your credit report? For example, if you have a charge on your credit report from previous collection, how can you dispute that? There are also 3 different types of loans that I'll be going over: auto loan, mortgage loan, and also student loan. Investments. I'm going over 4 investments: stocks, CDs, bonds, and real estate. What are different types of savings? IRA, 401k, Roth IRA, and last but not least, traditional IRA. I'll be going over more detail in the upcoming videos. 3, for health and wellnesses, mainly exercise, such as weightlifting, running, biking, and swimming. I'll be using videos to demonstrate how to properly execute this and share it with you guys in my content in the coming videos. So let me tell you guys why I decided to create such a platform or YouTube channel that consists of tax law, financial tips, health, wellness, and other personal developments. So for one, if I speak from my experiences, for example, financial tips, it's something that I had a problem with early on, starting from my teen until recent. I would live in check to check every week, and I would always spend that in the weekend, and then I'll start over again broke and the next day. And so I was living in that circle, and I know a lot of my peers and my friends have that same problems. Another example is the tax law. There's a different tax codes that are out there that could be very beneficial for you when you're filing your taxes. And by not knowing that, you can left out a lot of money for that. Or if you file certain ways that are not open for you, you can get a really backlash from IRS. So you can get tagged, means you can be followed, you can be watched, and if you do certain ways for the next coming years, you can get a really penalty for that. And another example that was detrimental to my health was lifting, weightlifting. When I started early on my teen until recent, I didn't know how to properly lift, and so I would just go into the gym and then kill myself. I not have no strategy, no plan, no way to perform. I would just take as much as weight I can, and that was really a backlash in certain ways on my lifting. And so that's why I got into the whole lifting and strategy, and I learned some of this by either textbooks or looking some YouTubes. And so that's one of those also I'm coming up with videos to share with you guys how to also properly lift. You know, when I was searching this information, it took me many years to gather this information from different resources. For example, tax law. I have to read IRS textbooks to go through all these chapters to understand their different codes. I have to take also tests. I have to also be certified. And then finally, I have to put it in practice by helping clients and by submitting their applications. Also, for financial literacy, I have to read financial literacy books that are out there, and you can find all of them in the library. That's why I'm making it easy for you guys to come in this platform to share with you all this information that I gathered from, so that way you don't have to go through what I have to go through. You know, we are information age, and just by one touch of a click, you will get a lot of information from online. But what does that really mean? It means that you are getting too much information from one particular topic, and to sort out all that information from the good and the bad, from the biased and the advertisement, from the old, from the new one, it's gonna take you a lot of time. It's a really hassle. You know, information has been the main key that kept our community together. Think about this. When our parents come into this country, they didn't know how to read English. They didn't know how to write, how to speak. But when somebody finds information from something, he or she will share somebody, whether they're relatives, friends, or neighbors. That person will pass it on to somebody else, and that other person will find it beneficial for that information, and they will seek that information. So this is just the same thing I'm doing. It's just a different media that I'm just communicating with you guys. So that way, if you find this on the information, I'll pass it on to you guys up to date. And if you find it, great. If not, just pass it on to somebody else, or if somebody else might find it very useful. Alright, that's a wrap. I'm ending my intro video here. Stay tuned for more videos. Also, please let me know if you want this also to go to Somali as well. I know a lot of my clients are Somali speakers. I'm fine with English or Somali. And also, I'm open for your suggestions and feedback. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment and like. Till next time, peace.